Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NFL news for round 2 here, because we're probably have a lot of stuff to talk about. So, first thing we'll talk about is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. So per report, this is per TMZ Sports, after her appearance in the Chiefs-Bears game, she was at the game, in the crowd, and the tight end Travis Kelce saw a nearly 400% growth in his jersey sales per TMZ Sports. His jersey was a top 5 seller among NFL players. According to Fanatics yesterday, he was one of the top 5 selling NFL players and saw a nearly $400 spike in sales throughout the Fanatics network of sites including NFL Shop. I wonder how much more Travis Kelce will Travis Kelce grow with the jersey sales with Taylor Swift around him. I mean, hey, he made a smart business move as well. Could it go downhill fast? Yes, but they seem pretty happy together, so Taylor Swift effect for Travis Kelce. So, earlier today, it was reported that there was an update regarding Joe Burrow's status for tonight. There was barring any setbacks. Bengals QB Joe Burrow will play tonight against the Rams tonight, according to Kelsey L. Conway. He's pushing his coaching staff and tries to play, knowing that an 0-3 start, could maybe doom their season. But I don't know, man. If he can get to 90%, then you can still maybe make the playoffs. And this is an injury that needs time to heal. The more they push, the worse it gets if he aggravates it badly, and it can cost him the entire season. I don't know if it's a good idea to play Joe Burrow tonight. And he's expected to play tonight after going through a quote positive workout per Schultz report, and Kelsey Conway reported the same thing earlier in the day. Barring any setbacks, and it's official, Joe Burrow is going to be active tonight. He's officially active for the Rams game. He's not 100%. So it is a risky move. Like, I know they're 0-2, but you could really risk an even worse injury here if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, in my opinion here. But hey, I mean, they gotta try and win. So Jets, Hall of Famer QB Joe Namath says he would trade away QB Zach Wilson. He also says that he's, quote, disgusted by Wilson's play. Namath said there was simply nothing positive from the #Patriots game from Wilson via TKM, ESPN, and Rich Cimini. There's no trade value for Zach Wilson. Who would trade for him at this point? I mean, I don't know who in their right mind would trade for him. But Joe Namath won to talk to me. He threw more career interceptions than touchdowns. So I don't know if it's the right person to talk. But hey, he's right. Zach Wilson's not good. So an update, Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner posted a view showing #Patriots QB Mac Jones grabbing his, quote, private parts on Sunday. Sauce wrote he posted that so he didn't get fined. Yeah, Mac Jones has developed a bit of a reputation as a dirty player. His 5th incident since joining the league. I mean, I couldn't really tell if he did, but I guess he did according to Sauce Gardner. And this video was sent to the NFL offices to support Jets cornerback. Sauce Gardner claims that Mac Jones hit him in the private parts per DM Rossini. I mean, he does have a history of doing things like this. I couldn't really tell from the video. Honestly, I couldn't really tell. I don't think he hit him or grabbed him there, below the belt. I couldn't really tell. The Dolphins scored more offensive touchdowns on Week 3 against the Broncos, 10, than every NFL team has this entire season. The Chargers are the only other team with 10, but that's through 3 games, not 1. In total this season, the Dolphins have 17 offensive touchdowns per front office NFL. In comparison, the Jets and Titans only have 3 offensive touchdowns this season. The Bengals have the fewest with 2, but unlike those other teams, they still haven't played their 3rd game. That's crazy. 10 touchdowns in the same game for the Dolphins. That's just wild. So an update. According to hashtag Jets coach Robert Saleh, QB Zach Wilson is not the reason they lost to the hashtag Patriots 15 to 10 via Zach Black. Quote, he's our unquestioned quarterback. As long as he continues to show the way his preparation, the way he's been practicing, and even these games, it's not the reason why we lost yesterday. It's always a team effort. As long as he continues to show improvement, and I know it's not from a box score standpoint, it's not showing. He's going to be our quarterback. I mean, he was pretty terrible, to be honest. He even sacked himself in this game. The offense is a shell of what it was supposed to be at best. I mean, Zach Wilson's just not good. He's definitely the reason they lost. I mean, he was awful in that game. I don't see how you can say he wasn't the reason they lost. Their defense was good. It's just their offense really struggled. And I wonder why. Just saying. So, Purdy report. J.C. Jackson, Chargers cornerback, has been issued an arrest warrant for violating his probation via Mass Live Boston. Jackson, who was made healthy and active, was supposed to appear in court for a probation violation hearing last Friday, but didn't show up. He was charged with criminal speeding in 2021. He might be one of the worst free agent signings in recent history. $82 million for 7 games played for 329 total snaps in 2 seasons. And had penalties that directly lost games. Now an arrest warrant. It's not looking good for J.C. Jackson. Probably one of the worst signings in recent memory. So I'm guessing that's why he was why the healthy and active happened then. So, Jets head coach Robert Saleh adds that Zach Wilson will remain their starting quarterback for Week 4 against the hashtag Chiefs. Well, it's going to be a blowout anyways. So, yes. The Colts have cut cornerback Chris Lamons. He was coming off a 3-game suspension to start the year, so the Colts have cut Chris Lamons from their team. Update. The hashtag Chiefs offensive tackle, Jawaan Taylor, is being treated differently than the other NFL players, according to Coach Andy Reid. Reid says Taylor is being penalized too often. Quote, they have an eye on him. It all started on the Thursday night game. You look around the league, and it's just not consistent right now. That's the important thing. It's to the point of being ridiculous. They've got their point proved now out to the world, so let's make sure we're staying consistent. I mean, they're trying to make up for Week 1, clearly. Well, I mean, you gotta quit false starting. Well, he's not false starting, it's just illegal formation. Which, by the way, according to the rules, isn't illegal half the time it's called. It's fine if they want to start calling it, but you have to call it the same for all the players. But Jawaan Taylor's definitely been a disappointment this year for that contract he got. So an update, Colts rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson remains in the concussion protocol. He missed Sunday's game against the Ravens, in which they won, but he's still in the concussion protocol. I mean, I don't know if he'll play. We'll see. Their next game. Saints quarterback Derek Carr suffered a sprained AC joint and won't be ruled out for Week 4 against the hashtag Bucks just yet. Per the team, it's a sprained AC joint. But it looks like Jameis Winston could start Week 4. Because with that injury right there, pretty serious injury with AC joint. So he might not play Week 4. We'll just have to see. Former Bengals offensive tackle La'el Collins, who missed training camp on the active PUP list while rehabbing from a torn anterior cruciate ligament and medial collateral ligament, passed his physical today with Dr. Neil L. Atrachi. He's expected to soon find work with a team, so it looks like he could find some work soon with a team. Some more news. Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo was placed on the concussion protocol. So that's another quarterback in the concussion protocol. Well, he was pretty bad last night. He had a really bad game, 3 interceptions, and now he's in the concussion protocol. So, yeah, not good for Jimmy G. Browns' Myles Garrett was a monster against the Titans on Sunday with 3.5 sacks, 9 pressures, 93.2 pass rushing grade, 34.6 win percentage. The hashtag Browns only allowed 3 points against hashtag Bengals and hashtag Titans in their 2 wins this year. Jim Schwartz has really turned that defense around there in Cleveland. Right Ryan says he doesn't want to join the hashtag Jets after reports emerged of his interest on Sunday. He claims his agent just did his job looking at all possibilities, but he has spoken to him since, and he's not interested via NFL and CBS. So maybe the Jets, I guess, will have to stick with Zach Wilson going forward or play the backup. So Browns coach Kevin Stefanski drove the game ball out to injured running back Nick Chubb and hand-delivered it after the 27-3 win over the Titans. So a Stefanski W right there. So we had some breaking news. An unfortunate update. Chargers Mike Williams was feared to have suffered a potential season-ending knee injury, according to Ian Rappaport, and it was confirmed. Mike Williams tore his ACL. Might be his last season there in Los Angeles. So just unfortunate, man. Mike Williams is really talented. Just too many injuries from him. The Steelers team is finally in the air and are heading to Pittsburgh. An alarming situation happened this morning. Their charter plane was diverted to Kansas City this morning per the team. They added that everyone on the plane is safe and they're making necessary plans to ride back to Pittsburgh later, as you heard the report before or after. They're finally in the air and heading back to Pittsburgh. So, yeah, there's that. We already talked about Joe Burrow. Andy Reid moved up a spot all-time coaching wins list to 4th on the list, just passing Tom Landry. So congratulations to Coach Reid. The Saints secondary's been really good this year. Most forced incompletions this season prior to Monday Night Football. Alontae Taylor with 6, Marshall Lattimore with 5, Isaac Yiadom with 5, and Denzel Ward with 5. And Coach Dennis Allen extended his streak of allowing 20 or less points to 11 straight games, which is a franchise record. If they can figure it out on offense, they could be a serious contender because they have an elite defense so far. But they choked that game to the Packers yesterday. I don't know why I just stuttered there. The hashtag Falcons are trying out former Patriots and Chargers kicker Tristan Vizcaino today, per his agent. Might need to try out getting new quarterbacks instead of kickers. And the Raiders kicked a field goal last night via OPTA stats. They're the only NFL team to attempt a field goal in the last 3 minutes of fourth quarter and down by exactly 8 points with less than 5 yards to go for the first down/touchdown since the 2-point conversion was adopted in 1994. Yeah, Josh McBrain dead right there. Brain dead moment there last night by Josh McDaniels. So, how bad has Zach Wilson been? Well, according to Next Gen Stats, even when his protection holds up and the defense he's facing fails to generate pass rush win, he has the lowest QBR and lowest completion rate than any NFL QB per Rich Cimini. He's ranked 34th in the NFL. The Jets have to do something here. I mean, ranked 34th out of 32. Like, out, there's even backups rated higher than him. It's just awful. Commanders QB Sam Howell's been sacked 19 times in 3 games to start the season. 19 sacks allowed through 3 games, most of any team in almost 20 years. Sacks can be in the line, O-line not blocked effectively, the QB not seeing the field, or receivers not getting open. Some of them were on him. It's just offensive line there. It's just not really, that good. But yeah, that's really have to say for this first NFL event. Next, Michael. Peace.